Well, Black and White Network, we need to revisit a story, a bombshell story that actually dropped back in 2023. Because that was when a school shooting happened at a Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee. And the shooter was a transgender. This was an actual female that was actually going by a different name and shot up, I believe, and killed 6 people at this school. Very, very tragic. And then the police actually took her out in the end. Now, after that, word was coming down that there was a manifesto. Okay. And we were actually waiting on this manifesto. And I believe it was Steven Crowder actually came out and started talking about stuff on the manifesto. I believe I did a video on it a while back. But for some reason, guys, on YouTube, I was hearing rumors that people actually saying their videos being taken down. Because apparently some of this stuff was like leaked or whatever. But anyway, now we got some bombshell news, folks, about the shooter and the manifesto. Newsflash. The manifesto, according to police, never existed. However, folks, this wasn't a spur of the moment thing. Not at all. Apparently, the shooter was planning this thing since, get this, 2017. Now, there may not be an actual manifesto, but folks, there is a whole bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Right over here, guys. Covenant school shooter fantasized about massacre since 2017. Left 16 notebooks, no conclusive manifesto, according to Nashville police. Now, my question is, why all of a sudden now are they actually saying there was no manifesto? I'm curious about that. All of a sudden now they're saying there was no manifesto, but they got 16 notebooks, and apparently this has been planning in Audrey Hill's head since 2017. Let's read it, guys. The Metro Nashville Police Department's Criminal Investigations Division released its final report on the 2023 Covenant school shooting undertaken by trans shooter Audrey Hill, finding that Hill planned the attack for years beforehand. Police claim that a manifesto didn't exist, despite information on and details of a manifesto having been leaked by a local outlet. Yeah, that's why I'm very, very curious about this, folks. Are they covering up something? The shooting caused the deaths of 3 9-year-old students, as well as 3 staff members. The report stated that in a November 2017 journal entry that Hill wrote about watching several documentaries about school shootings and became fascinated with the topic. Hill began to seek out other information on mass killers in the U.S. and downloaded images of the offenders, what weapons they use, information that was publicly available on their mental health, their known motives, locations, and the number of people killed or injured. She compiled this information into a multiple-page document, which she referred to as research material, and police said that despite looking at a large amount of information for every mass killing she could find, Hill kept returning to Columbine as her true source of inspiration. Columbine in April 1999 was the first mass shooting in the United States. Now, I wouldn't doubt for a second, guys, that she actually went back to Columbine, because I remember that, guys. That was shocking in 1999. We had never, ever, ever heard of a school shooting, to tell you the truth. I don't recall it. And that was a massive shooting, folks. I don't remember exactly how many people got killed at Columbine in Colorado. But anyway, it goes on. She rated other mass killers based on things like the number of those killed, the target selected, and the notoriety achieved, and considered those offenders who killed a low number of people to be amateurs. I mean, what's a low number of people? I'm curious about that. Now, she killed 6. Is that low? To me, that's still way too many because no one should have been killed. No one. Columbine, I believe, wasn't it like 30 or something like that? I don't remember. Police said that fantasies began to turn into intentions in the summer of 2018. Police also said there was not a manifesto left behind by Hale, but rather a large amount of writings. The Tennessee Star had published vast amounts of Hale's writing, calling it a manifesto. A manifesto would typically be a document detailing intent and the purpose of an action. In Hale's case, per police, she left many notebooks, but not one conclusive document. Quote, early in the investigation, it was suggested Hale left behind a manifesto detailing her motives and intentions. This has elicited a great deal of interest from the public and had led to repeated demands this manifesto be released for public study and comment, the report said. By definition, a manifesto is a mission statement or other document written and disseminated by an individual or group to enumerate or expound upon the guiding principles and beliefs that inform their actions. In this case, a manifesto didn't exist. Hale never left behind a single document explaining why she committed the attack, why she specifically targeted the covenant, and what she hoped to gain, if anything, with the attack. The report stated, adding that what Hale did leave behind was writings and other files documenting her planning and preparation for the attack, the events in her life that motivated her to commit the attack, and her hopes regarding the outcome of the attack. No single document, notebook, or digital device contains the answers to those questions. The answer is scattered throughout all the assembled material, which required a careful review of the material to understand Hale's motive. Wow. So they're saying no manifesto, but everything as a collective was, I guess, kind of essentially a manifesto, but not really. Man, I mean, this is going all the way back to 2017, folks. I'm curious. What about her parents? Did they not know about any of this? I mean, were her parents just MIA in her life? I don't know. Goes on, the report stated that a total of 16 notebooks containing writings from Hale were obtained by authorities during the investigation, as well as assorted folders and loose documents that contain writings or printed materials either created by or concerning Hale. 7 composition books and sketchbooks containing drawings and sketches, some of which were accompanied by phrases and poetry. The report noted that Hale had made statements about wanting to transition genders and had begun using the name Aiden Williams in the years prior to the shooting, as well as male pronouns on social media. Quote, nothing has been found to suggest she initiated or was undergoing a transition at the time of her death, including medical documentation. During the autopsy, it was determined she was biologically female. So pretty much she was just pretty much socially transitioning. Man, but why did it take this long? If there was, quote unquote, no manifesto, why drag this out for, what was it? Sometime in 2023, this is 2025. It's about 2 years later. Why? Got questions about that, man. But one thing's for sure, this has been brewing in her since 2017. The parents, man. We need more information on the parents. What do they know? What did they see? Did they have any concerns? Need to answer these questions, man, because 6 people lost their lives. 3 kids, 3 adults. Where were the parents? Concerning, man. Definitely concerning. Gonna leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.